What is up, YouTube? This is TheAkxis here, bringing you some basic information on each individual animal orb found in Castle Crashers and their specific stat bonuses and whatnot. Starting with the cardinal, it'll retrieve secret items like the thief sword, boomerang, fishing rod, key sword, and pointy sword, and it can also grab food from trees. Next up we have the owlet, which retrieves hidden fruit from trees. It's only good in levels with trees, because otherwise it doesn't really do anything. Next up we have the chicken, which will increase strength, defense, and agility each by 1 point. And then we have Hawkster, which is one of my favorites. It's really good. Pecks enemies on the ground, and it'll take fruit from dead enemies, and really useful for general play. Mr. Buddy will help you dig faster, like you don't even have to press B. I will show you that in a future video when I'm retrieving the animals. We have Giraffe here, and he'll basically give you more XP, 10% more XP. So that's pretty helpful if you want to level up. Zebra will help you find fruit in grass. Every patch that you cut will have fruit now. And then Snoot gives you +2 strength. Next up we have the Piggy, which doubles the health gained from food except popcorn, and is useful when paired up with the zebra, owlet, or cardinal, or hawkster. And then we have Bitey Bat, which chomps enemies' heads, dealing minor damage and preventing movement. Really good for the online arena and while facing some certain bosses, like the Necromancer and Conehead Groom, as he actually chomps on their heads. Next up we have Rammy, which occasionally pummels enemies to the ground by launching itself. The bad thing, it will also ram frozen enemies, which unfreezes them. And now we have the Troll, which regenerates 1% of player health every 7.5 seconds. Good if you have really high defense / health. And next up we will have Spiny, which increases 2 defense. Nothing that's special really, unless you want a lot of defense maybe. And we have Pelter coming up, which it's a snow snail that shoots snowballs at enemies once in a while. Can also shoot them over arches, so it's useful in levels with that. And now we have Froglet, which picks up food, gold, and items besides him or close to him with his tongue. But he can only pick up 1 item at a time. So if you need help getting items, like after a boss fight, then you might be good. And we have possibly the worst pet of them all, the Seahorse. All it does is that you go through normal space in water. Pretty useless if you ask me, unless maybe in those Masuda levels. Now we have Snailbert, which he gives +5 defense but -5 agility. So it's kind of like a trade-off. If you want to shoot your bow really fast, then I wouldn't recommend using him. But if you needed more health, then he's good. Next up we have Bipolar Bear, which attacks and kills normal enemies that have less than 11 health. Only good in the alien ship, basically because aliens only take 1 hit to be killed. So yeah. Now we have the Yeti, which prevents players from being frozen and reduces damage from ice attacks. Really good against the Blue Knight or the Ice Wizard or whatever, the boss, because he'll try to freeze you. Next up we have a Burly Bear, which also adds 2 points to strength, just like Snoot. And Scratch Paw adds 1 point to strength and 2 points to agility. Pretty good fighting pet, because it'll make you faster and stronger. upcoming we have Sherbert, which simply increases your jumping height. Nothing too special unless you want to shoot more magic, because you can get pretty high with it. And Monkey Faces coming up, which is believed to simply improve the quality of food and weapon drops. But it actually doesn't improve the quality of weapon drops because it doesn't increase the chances. The only way to increase the chances of weapon drops is to play with another person or more people who have that weapon, and then the enemies are more likely to drop it. And now we have Meowbert, which gives you +3 agility, so it'll make you go really fast. You could probably shoot your bow really fast too with him. And next up we have Pazzo or Pazzo, I don't really know how to pronounce the name, but it paws at both hidden and marked dig locations, and is very useful for getting hidden items, pets, and weapons. I would especially recommend using him in the desert, because you can also find Giraffe there, which is really useful to level up. Now we have Beholder, which gives you +2 magic, and is the only magic booster animal orb. So that's pretty useful. You can get really high magic with him if you use him, a magic weapon, and you have your magic maxed out. That'll be Magic Mayhem. And next up we have Dragonhead. Okay, there we go. And Dragonhead occasionally shoots fire, more often than Pelter, however, so he's kind of better. And damage depends on your magic stat. So again, if you have a really high magic stat, then it'll be good. You could give a good amount of damage to enemies. And finally, we have Install Ball, which shoots enemies with a photon projectile, and is also the only animal orb that hops, I think. Yeah, it's like jumping or hopping. Doesn't really float. If you enjoyed the video and its tips, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.